You speak
That's what we
Kikuyu
speak,
at
yeah,
home
yeah.
throughout.
So, Kikuyu or lugha ya taifa. No English spoken at the house. Society took care of English. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And then, okay, again, throughout college, you decided to do your master's.
So throughout college, yeah. So at this particular time, it was a very challenging time because, of course, we were students. So my parents couldn't work. They got a stipend from the university for about $200 a month, and $200 equivalent of about 20,000 Kenya shillings in today's, but not enough, definitely, to cover our day-to-day experiences or needs in Texas. So we took on our jobs, all of us. So my dad was doing his master's. My mom was also in school. We were in school, and I remember would come home from school, and we would go work. We would go accompany our parents. So my mom at the time was doing janitorial work. She was cleaning offices. So studio like this after hours, we would go in at 11 p.m. and help her clean, and go back and do your homework, and go to school, start all over, and that's what got us through school. That's what paid for the bills. That's what for the tuition, and we ended up finishing through that struggle. And then in 2003, my mom was the first one to finish, so she finished her school, and we kind of breathed a sigh of relief as a family. There was actually income coming in, and then my dad finished in 2006, and a bigger sigh of relief, and now it was just the kids who were left in school.
Wow. Yeah. And throughout all this time, you didn't regret having left Elbergen and the good life, or the easy life, if you will? You didn't regret anything there?
No, I didn't. For me, I always viewed, at least based on the culture and the indoctrination that my mom put on us, was, you view life as a journey filled with experiences, and you can choose to be retrogressive and backward in saying where you came from and all this other stuff, or you can choose to take advantage of that opportunity and progress forward, and that's what we decided to do. Counting people from Elbergen, we wouldn't have been the ones who would have gone, or from Nyahururu. So we took that as an opportunity, and we pushed on through. There were some very difficult years, but we emerged, and then now we're able to tell others, look, this is where the river is deepest. Don't cross here, cross at this particular part. The water is shallower.
And you went all the way to a PhD.
Yes, yeah.
Good Lord.
So yeah, in my family, the joke was Monday through Friday you're in school, Saturday it's your free time, Sunday you're in church, right? And so that's what we did 24/7 until the age of 27 when I finished my PhD. So I knew school from the time I was 2.5 when I started. So 25 years of school, and then I finished one day and I'm like, okay, now what?
yeah. What do I do now?
Yeah.
So you started teaching?
Yeah. So I started teaching. I was a college professor at quite a young age. I was 22 when I started teaching at university. At that particular time, I taught history at a university called Wiley College. And then at my university, they offered me a teaching fellow, and I taught public finance, budgeting, political science, and economics, and did that for a number of years, and then went to Southern Methodist University, where I taught principles of public policy, and eventually 2 years again at Wiley College as an assistant professor. So finished my teaching in 2013. Right at the same time when I was finishing my PhD. So I finished the PhD and then, applied for the Young Professionals Program at the World Bank, and, got in, class of 2013, or the cohort of 2013 rather, and that's where I've been since.
And no discrimination even there at that level?
No discrimination at that level. Of course, I think institutions, be they even universities, are a reflection of society at large.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that there are no challenges. There are definitely challenges. And the thing is, what are you going to do about those challenges? And I find that a lot of institutions, especially now with the Black Lives Matter movement and the things that are going on around the globe, are very sensitive to this and realize that a change is needed. And, we have to be the vanguard of that change in society. So I take a lot of pleasure in that, in seeing that change having come. Growing up as a black man in Central Texas was definitely had its own ups and downs and challenges, particularly in the small town that I lived in.
What was the biggest challenge for you? Tell me. Small town Texas.
Small town Texas. Well, don't be, extreme, but, getting shot would be one of them, right? So,
that's pretty extreme.
Yeah. But, it was. It's I've had a gun pulled at least once or twice on me, just by happening to be at the wrong place at the wrong time, or rather the wrong color at the wrong time.
Yeah. What does one do in Texas when